Hi guys, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on just how to create a logo in Photoshop. I'll go through some of the different tools so you guys can learn some stuff and see what Photoshop does. So one of the tasks at the minute for the level 2 esports is to create some branding for Invigorate. So I'll be creating a logo for them. So I've got a kind of idea at the minute. What I'm thinking about doing is I'll just quickly draw it out for you. Create a new layer. So whenever we're doing something here, if I draw on this now, it's stuck on this layer, so I won't be able to actually get rid of this. So if you want to get rid of it, or you want to do anything new to this layer, this is like the background layer, just add a new layer here, and then whenever we do stuff, I can just delete this layer and get rid of it, or just drag it into the bin. But it's always important to create a brand new layer. But what I'm thinking about doing is, because it's Invigorate, I'm trying to use the 8 as the kind of the logo, so we'll have a circle behind it, and then what we'll have is kind of this. So it kind of acts as a weird 8, and then we'll have kind of invig, and then R, and then the background is 8. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. We'll see how it kind of pans out, but um, we'll just start creating it now. So what I kind of want to do is just create the background first. So I'm just going to grab a the ellipse tool. If you So what you can do is just freehand it, and it kind of goes wherever it wants to go. Um, but if you want to keep it a circle, hold shift and then kind of scale it to what you want to scale it to. So I'll do that. That's fine. Um, what you might find as well is auto selects on. And I kind of work without auto select. I turn this off and just select these, and then I'll start kind of naming my layers so I kind of know. So that's background, and just say circle. Um, and then this is whenever you can select anywhere on the page now, and it just does that layer. So I kind of recommend doing that, but you can kind of do whatever you want. So now we've done this, I just want to fill out the sides. So with here, it's got the pixels, and this is just how heavy the sides are. So there you go. It gives the sides more weight. So I'd say that's probably a good size. I'm going to go for blue as well. We'll just do that for the minute. Cool. And then I want to just kind of join a line in the middle. So free out here. But I've got these rulers set up. If you hit Control R, you can get these rulers. They're really handy because they're already set out on my page at the minute. Um, but you can tell where the center or something is. It just snaps to it. See that? Snaps to it. I can just tell, alright, so my circle is not in the center. So I can move that to the center, and that's the center. And then what I want is let's do rectangle. And I want to bring a ruler down and find out where the center of that is. What's there? And then I want to just join that up and create my shape. There you go. So it's kind of coming together now. You can tell the thickness on the outside is more than this thickness in the middle, and I kind of want to keep it consistent with the actual weight of this. So what I'm going to do is edit, transform, and scale. So you have all these attributes here, right? So you've got, when you go into transform from the edit panel, you've got scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective, warp, and you've got all this other stuff like flip horizontal, flip vertical. And the minute I want to scale it, because I'm moving it up, it's not going to keep it in proportion. So see, that kind of looks right. Let's do that. That looks good. And then you can apply it. So that would be the middle there. So what I want to do is join these shapes together now. And what I can do is I can select these shapes. What you normally do if it's layers is you just do this right click and then you just do merge layers. But if we do merge shapes, it does this weird thing where it deletes stuff. So we don't want that. We want to right click it, rasterize layers, okay, and then we want to merge layers, okay, and then that's our shape done. So now I want to define this from the background. I want it to be easily seen, okay, and so what I can do is go into FX, and then you've got all this stuff here. I want to create a stroke, and what a stroke will do is create an outline to my logo. So I'll bring the information here. There you go. So you got the stroke, size of the stroke. Let's do this. And you got outside or inside. If I do inside, I do inside the shape. If I do outside, I do outside, and if you do center, it does that. So we want to do outside. I'm going to change it white as well, because we're going to get rid of the background. If we take rid of the eye, so if you see this eye here, click on that. This gridding just means that it's non-existent, so if you export as a PNG, it will just be the image here. So at the minute, I'm just going to change color by double-clicking here, color overlay, and just change it a bit grey, so I can actually see my logo. So if you double-click these, you can always just change stuff in here. Okay, so that's starting to look good. If we do a gradient overlay, so cool. Now I want to add a gradient, so you can turn this up and you see a gradient that's happened. You got linear, you got all this kind of stuff. So what I want is I want it to kind of emit somewhere, so we can do the middle if we want to, and then bring it outwards. But it's totally up to you. We've got angles, so it's only half of it. We've got diamond, and then but I think I'll probably go for the radio one, and then what you can do is you can reverse it. You can just click this and it reverses it. So if I wanted it from the center, just say, I don't know, I wanted it there, or I can reverse it and then just do the exact same thing. So I might reverse it, just see. You can change this later. Normally there'll be some good presets, because I haven't updated my Photoshop. I won't get the good presets, but you guys will have really good presets that you can use. But I haven't got the presets yet. Cool. Okay, now time to add text. If there's any text that you want to use, you can download it from Dafont. There's some great text on Dafont that you can download. So I've chosen impact, just to give it a go, see if it actually looks any good. So now I put it in there. Obviously the text is way too small, so I can bump that up. Let's put it to 60 for the minute, and then R. So we want that. Place it in the middle. Once it's placed in the middle, you can change the size. You can highlight it, maybe 72. See what that looks like. This is just a very basic logo, by the way. Obviously, you guys can do a lot better than this. So it might be better to have not in the middle. Maybe have Invig there and then R there and then the 8 there, maybe. But people might not even see that and see that's like obviously an 8. It doesn't look like an 8 at all. To be honest, it's just a circle with a line through it. But you got to think differently with obviously with logo creation and stuff. So cool. Change that to white. But say if we wanted to change the actual 8 in the background, say I'm just not happy and want to change the actual how it looks, you can actually distort it. So you can go transform, distort. Say if I want to actually make it look a bit more like an 8, can just do something like that. Again, it doesn't obviously, it still doesn't really look like an 8, but it's still got to look, still got to make it look like a logo. So that's how to make a logo within Photoshop. Obviously, you guys can do like a lot more than this. This is just the basics. I don't expect, obviously, I expect you to do better than this. This is just a kind of a basic logo. I'll do some more tutorials in the future if you guys need it, and I'll chat to you later.